My dishwasher is gonna go right here. My stove is gonna go here, and my oven underneath the stove. So I gotta make sure when the dishwasher door opens, it's not gonna hit my stove door. I'm not probably gonna have the oven open and the dishwasher open at the same time, but I wanna make sure that they don't hit each other if they are open at the same time. Same thing goes with my oven and my refrigerator. So when I open my oven, if I'm trying to get something out of the fridge, I don't want it to hit. So you just gotta keep that stuff in mind when you're designing. All right, so today I'm gonna be laying out my cabinets. I'm gonna have a big row of cabinets right here underneath the peninsula. It's gonna be concrete countertops, so I want them to be very strong cabinets. The cabinets are gonna wrap around here and wrap around here. Sink's gonna go in the corner. The refrigerator's gonna go right here. I'm gonna have a dishwasher here and the stove. So I need to leave room for the stove door to open, refrigerator doors to open, and the dishwasher door to come open. So right now I'm gonna lay out the area where I want my countertops to be. I'm gonna draw it up on some graph paper, make some plans, and then start designing the cabinets. The cabinets come out 2 feet. I'm gonna measure 2 feet from the wall here. I'm using a Sharpie so it doesn't come off. I'm using this big heavy board here as my guide because it doesn't move. You put it down. I'm checking my angles with an easy square. All right, got my sink laid out. All right, so I have the basic layout of my cabinets now and my countertops. I know my refrigerator is going to be 36 inches deep by 36 inches wide. And when you open the doors, it's going to be 50 inches deep. So I need to allot for the doors on the refrigerator. There's also some, I don't know if you can see it in this video, but I have some electrical on the wall, exposed electrical in conduits. I won't be able to push the refrigerator all the way back to the wall. So that's another, basically add another 2.5 inches to that. So 52.5 inches is what I'm gonna need to allot for my refrigerator. Anything in construction is precision, so just make sure that you measure all the way down to the 1/16 of an inch and be precise. Now we gotta get the proper measurements for my dishwasher and for my stove. For this part, you need some graph paper. You get it at Staples. I got the large format. You're gonna need some kind of a ruler and a pencil. I got all my measurements laid out over here. I'm gonna draw my first base wall. It's nice to have a calculator, but I have 109 inches along the wall. I'm gonna make each box 6 inches. So usually I'll make a key up on top outline a box, and I'll do 6 by 6 inches. I'm going to start by making my corner. Okay. I'm going to come out 12.5 feet, which is going to be 25 squares. 25 squares.
So I'm measure count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
So it's a little bit more than 9 feet, which means 18 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 boxes. And that's going to take me all the way up into my fridge. My countertops are 2 feet wide, which 2 feet is 4 boxes. So I'm going to come out 2 feet, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to be the line, and that's going to be the line. Now I have my sink as well, so that's going to be at a diagonal, so we're going to put that in a second. My main countertop, it comes out all the way to here, but my wall extends past that. $18 inches, so that's 3 squares. So that's my wall. My countertop starts here. Now, on this side, it's 12.5 feet from the wall. On the other side, since it's 5 feet wide, that's 7.5 feet from the wall. So 5 feet wide is 10 squares. And I'll just count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's where my countertop goes. It goes out 20 feet, or 10 feet this way, which is gonna be 20 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's going to be the edge. It's also going to be the edge on this line. Okay. I know my refrigerator is 36 inches wide, which is 3 feet, which means I need to do 6 boxes, 6 boxes for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's my refrigerator. So I'm only going to need to bring this countertop out up to the fridge, which is up to this line here. So now we got a basic layout of what. Now I'm going to add the measurements in because it's nice to see those when you're writing up a plan. So this is going to be 2 feet. This is 5 feet. This is 12.5 feet all the way to the end here, so I'm just going to put a big arrow. And then this one's 2 feet. And this is 10 feet. Drawing in my fridge. Now my sink's going to be cut across. It's 36 inches wide and 20 inches deep. So that's going to be 6 squares. Now this is going to be cut at a diagonal, so if I measure 6 actual squares, it equals 1¼ inches. When you're going diagonal, it's not going to be exactly the same as your other one, so you just want to make sure it's 1¼ inches. And it's 20 inches deep, and that's going to be, well, 24 inches would be 4 squares. 18 inches is 3 squares. So you're going to want to go slightly over 3 squares. And 3 squares is basically 1/2 of an inch. And then I'll connect the back. If this is off a little bit on the plans, we're just going to make sure it's right before we actually build it. I would probably scoot that over a little bit and actually maneuver that in that hole actually center with that corner. So my drawing's a little bit off right now. I'll fix that later. But it gives a nice rough. Now I'm going to have a 2-inch overhang of countertop before my sink. So that 2 inches is only going to be 1/3 of a square. So it's just a little sliver. But now, as you can see, I can erase this part of my countertop, so it's just the sink in there. And erase these little lines here. So now I just come in and I see exactly where my countertop is, exactly where my sink is, and how I'm gonna have to pour that. Because I'm pouring concrete countertops, so I'm doing this so I can measure out how much concrete I'm gonna need. Now the refrigerator is 36 inches, but like I said, there's 2.5 inches, so it's 38.5 inches. But 36 inches, 3 feet or 6 squares, so it's gonna be slightly over 6 squares, basically 6.5 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the doors come out another 20 inches from that, so that's gonna be another, basically 3 squares. So I'm gonna go 3.5 squares to make it safe, because that's what I'm gonna do. Now the doors come out, so what I'm gonna do on that, I'm gonna signify it with some symbols for doors. I'm gonna do those by hand because I don't have one of those curvy things. So I just put a mark right in the middle, and then I just draw like a swing. You can tell that looks kind of like a door to me. So this is the fridge, and then I'm gonna put that 2.5 inch line up here just so people know that the electrical outlets are there. So this is 36 by 36, 50 inch, doors open. This is sink, 36 inches by 20 inches. So now I gotta get the dimensions for my stove, my oven, and my dishwasher. And we should be good to go on the plans. Then I'm gonna take these plans and I'm gonna do some measurements. I'm gonna calculate the square footage. So this whole section is 5 by 10. That's 50 square feet. Although it's not gonna be 50 square feet when my stove is cut out. So I'll just do some math once I get everything placed and figure out exactly what square footage my countertops are gonna be. So this is my top view. I still gotta put my oven and my dishwasher. I'm also gonna build, now I'm doing this so I can measure out my cabinets because I need to build cabinets down here before I can put my concrete countertops. So I need to find out how much materials I need for cabinets. This is my initial design. I'm also gonna make an elevation, which is looking at it from the front, making this all 3D basically. And graph paper is a really good tool for this because then over here, if I didn't write here, you can actually draw how it looks if you're looking at it from the front, not from the top. So I'm gonna go get my measurements for the other two things, and then I will finish this drawing and show you what it looks like when I'm ready.